Trump announces plan to dismantle the deep state. Uh, I hope he really do dismantle the deep state, but y'all know how I feel about that. He had a chance to do it during his first term and didn't. He kept a lot of people around him that shouldn't have never been in the White House in the first place. So I don't know how he could dismantle the deep state when he couldn't even get rid of the ones that was in his own White House. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I have I Will Not Comply t-shirts as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Now I know I kind of criticized Trump at the beginning of this, and I know he was attacked since before he even got in office. He was being attacked from the media and the deep state itself. And what did Schumer say? We got 5 ways from Sunday or whatever the phrase he used that the intelligence community could get back at him, and that's exactly what they've been doing, trying to get back at Trump. So I know all of that stuff, but it still was certain things he did where we look at and we're like, and you'd be like, okay, why didn't he get rid of this person? Like, why did he put Chicken Hawk in office? In his White House. What's the War Hawk name? With the mustache. I can't think of his name. I picture him, but I can't think of his name. The guy with the mustache. He had no business being in his White House at all. Like he make mistakes by putting people like that in his administration. So I think all of that makes all the difference on why he couldn't get rid of the deep state, because it was all these checks and balances in there. But ahead of a prospective arrest on Tuesday, former President Donald Trump posted a plan to take on the deep state, a supposed cabal of anti-Trump federal officials working against his political agenda. And I think they do exist. Trump's 10-point plan largely addresses pervasive internal issues that plague his first administration, such as leaking and bureaucratic intransigence. First among his points was a vow to reissue a 2020 executive order, quote, restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, a power he promised to wield very aggressively. And again, I hope so, because it sounds good. But he further vowed to, quote, clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled so that faceless bureaucrats will never again be able to target and persecute conservatives, Christians, or left's political enemies. Again, I love that. I love that plan. I love that idea. Third, he vowed to reform Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or FISA courts. These are the courts that went after him, which he maligned as corrupt and lamented the judges were seemingly indifferent to the facts when addressing warrant applications. The FBI secured a FISA warrant to spy on former Trump aide Carter Page in 2016, which later faced legal challenges. Trump then vowed to expose the hoaxes and the abuses of power. Sorry, my thing kind of went out for a little bit. But Trump then vowed to expose the hoaxes and abuses of power by establishing a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify documents related to deep state espionage and censorship. And his fifth pledge include a crackdown on government leakers. Quote, when possible, we will press criminal charges, he said. He then proposed making all inspector general offices fully independent from the departments they oversee, quote, so they do not become the protectors of the deep state. Seventh, Trump said he would ask Congress to create an auditing system to, quote, continually monitor intelligence agencies to ensure those agencies were not acting improperly. Trump's eighth pledge was to relocate additional federal agencies outside the Washington swamp, suggesting up to 100,000 federal jobs will be relocated to areas filled with patriots. Ninth, he vowed to forbid federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at companies they regulate. I love that one as well. And his final pledge was proposing a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on Congress. Quote, this is how I will shatter the deep state and restore government that is controlled by the people for the people, he declared. I love that plan. I love that 10-point plan. I agree with every single one of them. Hopefully, this, if he gets in office, this is something he'll be able to implement. But I can see him receiving a lot of pushback, or anyone who try to implement a plan like this will receive a bunch of pushback from the deep state, because the swamp gonna swamp. That's what they do. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.